Dr. Lupo went live. He addressed everything after a small break from Twitch and streaming, has spoken on everything that's happened, and we'll dive into all of that now. And I'll give you guys the highlights. I'll give you my take on the video.
I don't have any chat open. In fact, I can show you. I didn't want to type out everything. I get really easily distracted and go on tangents and stuff like that, so I didn't want to sit and write everything out. But I figured the best thing I could do to have... What is today's stream? We're going to talk about what happened. We're going to talk about what caused it, where I go next, and consequences in the future. To be clear, I'm not quitting streaming. There's plenty of people that would love to see that. Sorry, it's not going to happen. And what I've been doing in the meantime, because I think the last time I was live a week ago, something like that, I have not been on social media at all. To be clear, too, about any of this stuff, you can validate the things that I'm saying, or at least you validate the actions I've been taking in person. You shouldn't believe the words that I say. You shouldn't, at least not yet. Not until I've earned that back. We'll talk about all that stuff. Talk about I have a big issue with lying, and I have spent some time identifying the layers down of like what causes that and where it's coming from. But I'm going to try and do this in chronological order as best I can, because I think that's the best way for my brain to tell what's been happening and what I've been doing and that kind of thing. I've never really taken a break for myself like this in probably 9 years. Probably the entire time I've been doing this, unless I'm forgetting something, which is potentially possible. But it's given me an opportunity to finally tackle some shit about myself that I've never really had. I've never given my chance. I have had chances. I've never given myself a chance to go after. I have started seeing a therapist. His name is David. Failure is a thing that has had a strong impact on me. I've always been really good at stuff for my entire life. And when I'm not good at a thing, typically it backfires in my brain. Example, I cheated at chess. Yeah, I'm 38. Should I have had this figured out? Maybe. Plenty of people go through their entire lives without fixing their problems. Some of them end up, doing really terrible shit. And I'm actually really, really thankful that this happened the way that it did, because I cheated at chess. I used Wolf as a prop on stream. I'm thankful that I got caught before it got even worse. I know a lot of people were like, he's only apologizing because he got caught. I think initially anybody's always going to only apologize because they got caught. And I think it's about what happens after that. If they try to cover up, go into hiding, pretend that it didn't happen. I've seen a lot of creators, man, do a thing and pretend it didn't happen. And I told myself with this that I just can't do that.
I think it's true how he says that. Just about everyone you'll see on this channel, none of them will ever sit down and admit that they cheat. None of them will ever be open and honest about it. They will all lie. And that's something that it really tilts me a lot on this channel, because none of them have the ability to just own it and just say, yeah, you know what, 10IQ, you're right. I've been cheating. And I remember saying it on a live stream. Someone said it recently too. I think it was Hutch. He said, 10IQ is a very hypocritical individual. When I deal with the people I do, I don't, I kind of hope that they just be honest. I hope that they come clean, and I hope they don't stop making content. I hope they don't have to delete their channel. I hope they can just be honest and then stop doing it and then go on and do something else and keep making content. I hope that, but in most cases, they don't. I know 99% of people that watch this video are going to be of the opinion that this guy's cheating his ass off and he's completely full of shit. But it just annoys me when people just go out of their way to try and manipulate you like that. And you just know that that's what they're doing. It annoys me, bro. It's like, say you cheat, be a grown man and own it, move on, do something different, grow from it, learn, move on, do something better. Actually, you could probably grow an audience and do something positive. Or just sit there and just be this same little fucking nerd lying about cheating and just keep doing it to your little audience of 5 viewers that also cheat, and just do the same shit and then quit streaming 3 weeks later. Like every other fuckwit that had the same opinion that idiot just did, like Zerg, all those other, yeah, well, I'm just going to succeed in life and you're just a hater, bro. No, you all quit streaming, you all last 3-4 weeks, and then you get sick of the hate and then you delete your channel and move on. It's because you're doing something shit with your life. No one fucking likes you. You're lying every day. Everyone can see straight through it. And no one wants to watch the shit. The only people that want to watch that shit are the people that are also doing that shit. The people that are also cheating and lying every day online.
The person that I imagine that I am, that I had envisioned that I am, that apparently I'm not. If I want to become that person, I got to stare down the barrel, and that's why we're doing this. Because I think it's the best way to approach this instead of hiding from it or just like banning people in chat and blocking people on Twitter. I haven't blocked anybody. Screw it. Fire away, dude. And we'll talk about why I think that that's okay now.
There's one thing. If you want to hold yourself accountable for something, try admitting to cheating in the gaming scene. You will get held accountable pretty quick, and it's not something that goes away. It's a forever accountability.
A joke. So talking to David, right, my therapist, taking this break and doing a lot of self-reflecting. I went through. Let me put it on do not disturb so that nothing accidentally, like a message doesn't pop up or something like that. The home screen on my phone, there's a bunch of gaps, right? I took all the social media off my phone, just all of it. Like it's still installed, it's just not on the home screen. I haven't opened any of that more than maybe once to look at messages from people. And I got to tell you, I feel like $1,000,000. You shouldn't trust the things that I say. And I recognize that means that this whole thing is potentially a moot point, but I'd still like to, I'm more saying my piece right now for myself, because then in the future I can come back and watch this if I need to remind myself where I'm supposed to be going. The truth will set you free, but at first it's going to piss you off. People who lie, if anybody in chat has had somebody who lies a lot in their life, understand that one of the things that people that, like me, that have an issue with lying, they do it in layers to soften the blow and try and appeal to, try and get the best positive response that they can repeatedly out of the people that they're lying to. The truth will set you free, and at first it's going to piss you off. I cheated in both games against Wolf. I didn't cheat in any of the other games. I cheated in both games against Wolf. That's the truth. We're going to talk about what happened. So, PogChamp 6.
I thought so. I said that in my video too. I think he soft cheated. I said that in my video. I think he soft cheated both those games, but then, you can obviously tell the point where he went all out with it. But I said that in my video, and a lot of people, some people said I was wrong. Some people said, nah, you can tell when he cheated. I had a feeling he soft cheated the whole way through. And it's good that he admitted that. And then it obviously got to the point where he just went all out with it, and then 26 perfect moves in a row. Then just rage chest. Yeah. I don't know much about chess, but I'm happy I was right about that.
I went 1 and 2. I lost. I won one of the games, or the first matchup or whatever. Second matchup, I won one of the games. But both those matchups, I had blunders. You can look back at Tarkov stuff. How many times have you watched a Tarkov stream of me where I'm playing really well, I screw up, and then I screw up again, and I die, and my mood just fucking spirals. And I go into this like, oh, woe is me, self-pity, like I get stuck in this hole, and I can't get out. It is a trend that I've had, and it's not chat's fault. The reason it's not chat's fault is because I cannot control you. I can only control myself. It is my fault, and we're going to talk about why, okay? So those things happen. My brain goes, I'm going to prove this guy wrong. Example, you can't really tell, I guess, through the camera. For years, I have nervously chewed on my fingernails, and
you can tell he's extremely anxious right now. You can read it. I was thinking that before. The anxiety you can read on this guy is insane.
Skin on the end of my thumbs especially. I have not been doing that at all. I've eased off caffeine big time. And one thing that I was doing for a long time was snacking before bed, kind of eating my feelings, I guess. I don't know. But those things these are like patterns that I found myself stuck in that I am not doing right now. I said, I feel good about me right now. It's the rest of the world that feels like it's trying to take a shit on me. Respectfully, I understand. I said, the only thing that really matters is me and what I do. Actions can't lie, which is why we're going to get to like things like consequences of what I'm doing going forward, because those are actions. I can't lie about those. I need to do what I should be doing, regardless of what the internet says. Plenty of people, I'm sure. I'm not even going to say I'm sure. My expectation is that it's probably being said. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, there's going to be people that are trying to tell me that I'm wrong, that I'm not doing this right, that I should be doing this or that. And I think I'm doing the things that are going to result in the best possible outcome for me as a person, because that's a thing that I've never really done. And I do want to speak to you for a second about seeking forgiveness for myself. Other people will choose to forgive based on my actions. If they do, that's wonderful. I'll talk to them directly, give more details, etc. if they need it. If they need. I know a bunch of my friends are really hurt by it. I know that. And you know what? I think that they deserve an opportunity to yell at me in private. But at the same time, I fell victim to approval-seeking behavior really hard. Why? What do those people actually bring to the table in my life? Nothing. I've spent a lot of time being able to see that there's, and I think every creator to an extent suffers from this, because you kind of put on, we put on a persona, some way more than others, but it does happen. And I always thought that I didn't do that. I do. Dr. Lupo and Ben are two different people. And Dr. Lupo suffers, as Trey pointed out, from a holier-than-thou mentality. It's a narcissistic thing. And I'd never really been shown that, or in a way that okay, let me back up. I've never been in a place mentally to accept that, because I guarantee you people have tried to tell me. There's like a spectrum, right? There, all the way at the top is like the grandiose boasting about how great I am. All the way at the bottom is the pity party, please sympathize with me, oh, I'm hurt, wounded deer thing. And people that are like that bounce between the two, and they never end up back in the middle where humility is. Being accepting of your own mistakes, but also acknowledging that you're good enough to be better than that. And I avoided the center of this spectrum. At some point it started happening. I don't know when, because people that have watched me back in the Destiny days up until the beginning of Fortnite and stuff like that, they can say, I think they can say, yeah, Loop, you used to be in the middle. And at some point, I transitioned to bouncing between the two far ends. I'm better than everybody because of these things. Everything is trying to hurt me, feel bad for me. I never ended up back in the middle. And so I know Trey doesn't like me. That's fine. In fact, if anything, I'm thankful that Trey said what he said, because it snapped something in my brain. The fact that I did what I did, and people that day were said, I got asked a lot, did you not think about what that would do to other people? Your relationship with St. Jude, your relationship with your family, your son, your brothers, your wife, your friends. You not think about what it would do to their streams, their careers? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't think about that, because I was after the hit. So something in my brain snapped and said, yeah, I'll show them. I'm going to win against Wolf by any means necessary. It became only about the validation and approval-seeking behavior from that negative commentary. It reset my approval progress bar, so I cheated against him to prove that I was good, so that people could only respond positively. Anyway, where to go next and consequences of the future. First off, I'm not quitting streaming. Sorry to the people that wanted to see me disappear. Hell no. I have never been given an opportunity for a redemption arc from myself, not even from the internet, but giving myself a chance to redeem who I am and fix the problems that obviously have infested my brain for a long time. So here we go. Ready? First and foremost, what is next? Welcome to Cheater Cam. You're probably not gonna, I mean, I understand for sure that people are like, oh, he's probably cheated in this and that, whatever. I can tell you with words that I'm not cheating. The camera can't lie. And so on this screen, from this shot, and I did this for a little bit with Tarkov when things were getting weird. I'm just going to use it anytime that I play anything that is like competitive that I can use this camera for. I'm just going to use this when I play. I can tell you all day that nothing is going on, but the camera will always hold me accountable no matter what. It's on the screen. This is everything that's in my field of view. You can see it all the time from this camera. I can't hide anything. Accountability is the only way, right? Accountability. That's it. I cheated in a tournament. I'm 38, man. I can't keep up with Zoomers. Why am I trying? I got gray hairs. I got gray hairs down here. I'm done competing in tournaments. Can't do it. I'm a liability. I probably wouldn't get invited anymore anyway, but I don't know, so I'm getting out ahead of it right now. I'm done playing in tournaments. Can't be trusted. Nope. No. No more. Not doing it. Can't. Consequences. First and foremost, I cheated on Twitch. I cheated on stream. I guess there's a strike system now, is what I was told. I don't know the specifics of that.
So I spoke out about this several months ago. Twitch has a new strike system for cheating. Basically, their care for cheating is literally zero. If you literally have cheats show up on your screen, you get a warning. Now, the next offense is like a 1-day suspension, and the next one's like 3-day or something. I'll put it up on the screen. I'll find it and I'll put it up on the screen. Twitch doesn't care. Twitch doesn't care at all. They have zero care for people cheating on their platform. That's the way things are going.
Admittedly have not taken the time to look it up. Hopefully there's a strike on my account on Twitch and YouTube. Hopefully they're like, that's your first mistake. Don't do it again. Slap on the wrist, whatever it is. But they didn't ban me. I don't know why they didn't ban me, but I took the time off because I was like, there should have been ramifications of this for the stream side of things. What I basically offered, I'll gladly pay for the entirety of PogChamp 7 if they will let me. I'll do the $100,000 charity. I'll pay for the production costs. I'll pay for the graphic design. I'll pay for the prize pool for people. I'll pay for the salary of the commentators. Pay for everything. Send me the bill. I will pay for it, which I think will probably come out to like $250,000, something like that. I have the money for that. I should be fined in some way. Now, if they don't want to do that, I am also having Loaded look into reputable chess charities in which I will donate the entire the $100,000. I'll donate it. Whether it's divided among multiple or focused into one, I'm going to take the direction of people who know better than I do. But I owe the community of people that I joined and then without realizing it, because like I said, I didn't think about the consequences, attempted to defraud. And I am sincerely sorry for that. I'm sorry that I let the addiction take over and screw this up. I see negative commentary. I take personally. Brain says why not nice to me? Why not give happy feel? I don't currently have.
I've actually said this about other creators. I won't name names, but I've said this about other creators. It's like they have this thing where unless they're just getting nothing but kindness and donations and showered with support, they can't handle it. I had a huge run-in with another creator earlier on this channel where he spoke on side and all types of stuff and just went completely off the rails because he just couldn't understand how someone like me or you or anyone could come along and just not be anything but kind and do all the great, amazing things on the internet. And that's not reality.
To be able to manage the negative feedback. Y'all, I have chat closed. There's no alerts. I got them hidden on screen. I can't do it yet. So maybe this week, but I'm not ready to start streaming again. This was an update for everybody because I've been kind of silent.
Okay, so my final take and my thoughts from this. Throughout watching this, it was hard for me to give commentary while I was watching it because it's hard not to just hear the dude out. Now, most of my content is holding people accountable that I feel will never hold themselves accountable. So I give the community the tools to hold them accountable. And when I watch someone hold themselves accountable more than I probably could or more than I could probably give the tools to hold someone accountable. It's really hard for me to criticize someone who is being open and honest about cheating, and there's no rule book for what you're supposed to do or what there's no you're just supposed to go away, or I mean that's how this usually works. I can't really criticize someone who's gonna try to be better because that's kind of what I'm doing here myself. I'm not sure, it's probably something a lot of people don't know about me. In my younger years, I spent a lot of time in prison, and then when I transitioned from that life to a better life, at that point in my life, cheating in video games wasn't really, I didn't see that as something that was a huge deal, but it's also a part of the same behavior. It's still really selfish behavior, and it took me a long time to figure that out. It probably till about the point where I had a child, and this channel also, like telling my past on this channel and just being someone in Tarkov that the whole player base can hold accountable. I don't think there's anyone else out there like that. You know, that's definitely another way to hold yourself accountable. Also, I mean, I watched this. Yeah, like you know, good on the guy. I hope he does good things. I hope he continues to do better, and that's all I can really say. Being someone who's done similar things, that's all I can really say. That's pretty much the video. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people in the comments that are once a cheater, always a cheater, and all that kind of jazz. Everyone's got different opinions, you know, each their own.